Okay, when creating a bibliography for your paper, you need to first make sure you have all the source information possible. And to guide you along, that's what you have here. So you have, for a book, the author's name, the title of the book, the city of publication, the company that published it, and the year that it was published. This is for bibliography format. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. So in your book, the first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to create a new document. You will need to change your font size to 12, leave it at Arial or Times New Roman is fine. Center your cursor and type in the word bibliography. Hit enter 2 times and left the line. From there, you will then begin an alphabetical entry of a bibliography using your sources that have come right from your What If Research Notes Organizer or your appropriate graphic organizer, whatever you're using. So, in this case, if I were using my book, my author is Shelby Foote. Excuse me, his first name is Shelby, but his last name is Foote. So we go last name first, then a period. Title of the book, I italicize it and say, we'll give it a title of Southern Battles, Lee's Civil War. Okay, so that is the title of the book. I need to know where it was published, and that is New York. I don't have to say New York City. You can say New York if you want. And then I need to know what year, and so in this case it's 2005. So let's just double check our work, make sure we didn't make any mistakes. So I have author name, I've got title of the book, place, and year. I think I have it all. So we got to do some double checking. That's all we're doing. And so the only difference I see is there's a colon here instead of a comma. Now in this case you'll notice that my examples have this weird indentation. Well, that's if you have multiple lines, and we'll have a couple in a few minutes, but in this case I only have one line. So my next entry, I'd hit enter 2 times and I would begin from there. Now if I were citing a website, I'm going to take this information and I'm just going to copy and paste it. It's a little easier than retyping it, and I'm just going to paste it in here. But in this case, again, I have a lot of the same information. I need to make my fonts similar so they don't look awkward. So I have an author, Brendan Wolf. The title of his web page, the article is Numbers at Pickett's Charge. This was an online encyclopedia, so I treat that as such, and I knew that because it said Encyclopedia Virginia. The owner of the website was Virginia Foundation for the Humanities. I have to change some of this information because this is when it was published. It was located on the web. This is when I accessed it, and then I have a URL. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change my format, and all I do is I hit enter at the end of this line and I hit tab over here. So I'll do it here, and there you go, and that's what it looks like. I prefer as a teacher a single space entry with a gap in between. Other teachers might not like that, but that's what I'm going to ask you to do. So one more time, we have the author name. If there's no author name, you can't find it, you go with the title of the article. Okay? The website book, if it's there, and then the name of the website. So let's take a look at this site so we can see what we mean. I want to make sure everyone understands what we're looking at. So, where do I find this information? Well, I see Brendan Wolf. There's my author, so I would look right there. This is the title of the article, right at the top. Okay, Encyclopedia Virginia, that would be the group. It's published by the Virginia Foundation for the Humanities, so I can tweak this a little bit. Do I have a location? That's going to be important. So I'll scroll down, I'll scroll to the bottom. Charlottesville, Virginia. Awesome. So I put in here Charlottesville, VA. Okay. Oh, you know what I missed up here and no one had caught me is I did not have the name of the publishing company. It's Scholastic 2005. So I have a lot of the same information here. The only difference is I have a couple extra dates. I have the date it was published. I have the date that I accessed that. So I can't be doing that on a book, obviously. So in order to change my layout, I use my enter and I use my backspaces. And you will see that in this case, it doesn't work because this URL is too long. So this is how my entry will look. Okay, remember it's alphabetical order. F comes before W. This tells me it's an online book. This tells me that it was published in Charlottesville by the Virginia Foundation for the Humanities, just like it tells me that this book was published in New York by Scholastic. All right, so go ahead and begin building your bibliography.